All right. All right, it's Fright Night with Ferocious. We're going to be talking about Hush. And yeah, they've already started. They already got me laughing. So what have you been doing since last Friday? Who wants to go first? Not me.
I'll go. I really haven't been doing anything exciting whatsoever besides just working. If you live on the East Coast, you are expecting a huge storm coming Sunday, or what is it? Saturday night into Sunday into Monday or something like
Mhm.
15 inches, or I don't even know. Every time it changes, but like if
Yeah,
you're
how
trying to
many?
find salt anywhere, good luck. Shovels, good luck. I swear, like people throw out their shovels and buy new ones every snowstorm because they never have them at the stores. Grocery stores are like it's like COVID again. Like all the shelves are clear. Like
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know. I understand older people, but younger people like I don't understand. You think you're gonna be snowed in for like a week? Like you need to buy all this stuff? Like calm down, slow the jets a little, you know. So I guess we'll see how much we actually get. It's actually gonna hit us, I guess, from what they say, and around 15 inches or whatever. I replaced the carburetor in my snowblower, so that's ready to go. So just watch a lot of movies this week and hang out and shovel. So that's my doing what I've been up to.
So, but
Old
I mean,
people shit.
5 inches of snow. I mean, it's not that much.
Five? Who's getting five?
I said 15 inches of
You
Oh,
snow.
said 5?
It's not that much. I mean, it's only a foot.
That's what she said.
listen. Last week we got like 7 inches, and it was supposed to be like 1 to 3. So here
Uh-huh.
we now it's they're saying 15. Hopefully they're wrong in the other way. We get like 3 inches. That'd be great, but
Well,
time will tell, I guess.
you might have gotten 3 inches. That's not what me and Fuzzy got.
Oh, so many jokes are to be made right now.
I'm loving it. It's so good.
So
So
you
good.
got more than that and fuzzy? Huh. Just when you think you know someone.
The more
You're
you
supposed
know.
to be defending us. Where are you at,
Wait, what?
Fuzzy?
Because I'm trying to figure out how you're mixing 5 inches and 15 inches. As far as you said 5, not 15.
I meant 15.
Okay.
And you're a teacher for kids?
I'm a chemistry teacher.
There's a pretty significant difference from 5 to 15.
Look,
One
I don't
one
deal with inches in chemistry. We,
yeah. We'll just put it this way. One is like
we
throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Okay?
okay, look, we deal with metric, okay?
No. No, we don't. We're America. We don't do that.
America.
Okay.
America.
So you know 25.4 millimeters equal 1 inch.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. I know
Okay.
grams.
I did
I know
not
grams
realize.
because of brewing, but
Yeah.
Like I've been doing grading all day. That's all I can tell you.
Mhm.
So anyway, we're supposed to get 15. That's a little over a foot.
Yeah.
That's not that much snow.
that's a lot of snow.
Not
When was
here.
the
When
last
it
time we
goes
got
to
that
the
though?
bumper of a car, because remember, we don't have an SUV anymore. We're
Well, I
driving
mean, I didn't say
cars,
we were
be it
going
front wheel
anywhere.
drive ones, but still,
I know,
when
but
it's
I mean, we almost got a foot like this past weekend. I mean, out here in Pennsylvania, we did.
I think you're
I don't
confusing 7 inches with 15. Like that's double the amount.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
know how tall that is because I'm 5 feet.
I
It's not even up to my knees. Okay.
I guess
oh my
I guess maybe it also just depends on location, right? Because like we've had years where we got completely slammed with snow.
Mhm.
I don't think we've even gotten a foot down here outside of the mountains the entire year.
Yeah.
So, if that's what you guys are getting, like, hats off to you. Everything out here looks shitty because every time that we get snow, it melts and everything looks muddy. And so it's
Mhm.
like Utah looks more ghetto than it normally does because it's just all muddy and brown and gross. It's not great.
Well, we live out in farm country, so I
So do
mean,
we.
we really don't see all the stuff that we would see if we were still living close to Philly.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds like you're getting more snow, so I'm happy for you.
mhm.
So are we.
Send some of it over here. Damn it.
I mean, gladly.
You still have the TV on again?
No.
He does. He's watching his TLC soap operas again.
TLC soap operas.
All right. So, so what about you, Cypher?
Oh goodness. I got back to work and was trying to adjust to being back to work, but it was only a 3-day week. So fortunately, I got into work mode right about the time that it was time for me to go back to weekend. Thank God. So now I'm back to relaxing. I've been playing a bunch of Arc Raiders, which has been awesome. Fuzzy, we still have to play. I've seen you putting yourself as offline. I see you dodging us. I get it. It's fine. But no, it's been good. It's it's literally kind of like a punishment simulator. Most of the levels you play are great. Most people are super awesome. Some of the raiders are assholes. We literally came across a match like right before we got on here where we had a couple random people just come through and wreck everyone. But generally, like, all the raiders are super awesome. Game's lots of fun. Been having fun with that, watching some movies, trying to catch up on some things. Looking forward to watching some Hush this evening.
Yep,
What about you?
Fuzzy's muted again.
What about you,
Yeah.
Fuzzy?
Oh, yeah. For pretty much the past week, just been preparing for the Dev Direct. Just looking forward to one of the games that was shown. Being a big Forza Horizon fan, was looking forward to the unveil of the latest iteration that's going to be in Japan. So pretty cool cars, pretty cool scenery. Don't want to talk too much about gaming right now, but yeah, it was pretty awesome. But outside of that, just been relaxing. Having to shovel snow, which I guess the older you get, the more you start to hate it, kind of thing. Like when you're a kid, oh yeah, snowballs and snow angels, yeah, that's awesome. And when you're getting older and hey, your hand has arthritis, it's like, yeah, I gotta shovel this driveway that I'm not even going to move the car for the next couple of days anyway. So it's like, yeah, this is awesome. But outside of that, pretty awesome time watching this movie, which we'll get into a lot, obviously tonight. But man, glad to be here with you guys. And yeah, Fee, what have you been up to this past week?
Let's see. Grading and being repeatedly told we're going to be getting apocalyptic snow, and that we need to prepare and prepare and prepare and prepare. Yeah, that's what I've been getting. That's what I've been doing. It's going to be apocalyptic. We might be out of school for almost a whole week. That is the message I heard from my administrator today.
Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, while that sounds like music to my ears, I know in reality that's not going to happen. We'll be back in school either on Monday or Tuesday.
Not Monday. Maybe. Probably not Monday. Delay Tuesday. That's what will happen.
Yeah, but the thing is that if I'm still going to be back to school on Monday, because if we don't get a lot of snow Sunday, and it's not a foot or more, I have to do remote learning. So I still got to get up and go to work. It's just it'll be on my couch instead of at the building. So I still gotta work on Monday. It's not a snow day. They don't do snow days no more. The internet robbed us. At least the teachers. They robbed the teachers of our snow days. No one feels pity for me. I can see that. It's okay. This is
Nah, I don't feel pity for you because we got telework pulled away from us completely last year in January or February. So I miss it. I'm jealous. I'm envious because everyone suddenly decided that it's not a necessary thing, which is weird to me because like it's a modern solution to a bunch of problems, be it bringing in a whole bunch of germs, be it weather conditions, etc. And everyone just decided to suddenly become completely clueless and blind to the fact that like it's a solution that we have that works really well. But is
for
what it is.
business. I understand.
No.
What for children in front of a teacher on Zoom? You're lucky if half the students show up.
To Zoom?
Yeah.
Eh, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on the kids, but like when my kids were going through COVID times, having to do distance learning, like
hmm
they did just fine with it. But I guess it all depends on the family, depends on the kids.
Exactly. So our kids were fine. Right, Fuzzy? They were fine. They actually enjoyed it. They liked, being at home, and it was shorter and everything. Um but the students that are at my school, yeah, that's not the case. So yeah, you know, I'll be sitting on Zoom staring at the blank screen or staring at myself. Um, but at least Fuzzy will come down and visit me, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. At least I'll have a furry kitty to pet. At least I'll have that. I'll have
Are
Phony to
you,
pet.
are you still talking about Fuzzy?
I have noticed that if Fuzzy is here with me on the couch, then yes, I can play with his beard. But if we're
God, I thought it
driving in
was
the
going to go
car, he tells me no.
I thought that was going to go somewhere else. This almost went to an unsafe place.
Need an adult.
Find my safe place. Find my safe place.
Oh.
All right. Let's start with Hush. Anybody want to do first impressions?
Well, we
Presto.
should we should tell them what Hush is about.
Well, I mean, you can if you would like.
So Hush was released in 2016. The director was Mike Flanagan. He's done a couple of things. Don't Breathe, You're Next.
Mhm.
What's that show? Midnight Mass, I think it was.
Yes.
Yep.
So he's a pretty well director. The main person in the movie is his wife. Oh, didn't he do Haunted on Hill House or that show?
I have
On
to. I
there?
have to look.
So basically, his wife is the main character in this movie, and she's a deaf writer who moves to the woods to get away from the city. But then there's an unexpected intruder that shows up that basically terrorizes her all night as she tries to fight for her life and discovers some interesting things happen, I guess. Would we agree? Like, did I leave anything out, or that's the gist of the movie?
That's
That's
pretty much
pretty
it.
accurate.
That's pretty much the gist.
So I would say my first impression was for the first 5-10 minutes, you don't realize she's deaf. Like you're watching it, and then when the neighbor comes and they start doing sign language, you realize it. Um, I enjoyed it. It's not a fast-paced movie, but it was a good thriller. Wasn't very gory. There was a couple kills. I think 3 kills total, but it kept me entertained. I watched it a handful of times. I think I watched it when it first came out on Netflix a couple years ago, and then I rewatched it for this, and I enjoyed it just as much as the first time, except I knew how it ended.
Mm.
So that's my first impression.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I I bought a copy of this like years ago, and I think I started it for a moment or two, and then I got sidetracked because of the kids or the wife. I don't know. But whatever the case is, like I never ended up watching it. And then out of nowhere, when we were talking last week, the movie came up in conversation. I was like, oh shit, I already own a copy of this. So I remembered that the premise was that she was deaf. I had really no context as to anything around it, like what was going on, what specifically caused that, any of that information whatsoever. So I was kind of excited because it's like, oh, well, I should really sit down and watch this thing anyways, because I should have watched it like a year ago. Um, but anyways, yeah, like just looking at it and kind of seeing just the setup, the layout, and everything just seemed kind of like an interesting idea, and definitely drives into that like paranoia of being out there in the middle of the woods, not close to a bunch of other neighbors or anything, and having someone come in and just terrorize you, with the actual reasoning or anything not really being very clear. Kind of reminded me of like the strangers, right? The
Yeah.
whole idea with strangers is like, why are you doing this? Because you were home. Essentially, it's kind of the idea, and so that was kind of what I went into this expecting. Um, and yeah, I mean that was kind of my initial impression, was just like some guy out there trying to terrorize some girls out in the woods just because they're a sick sadistic asshole or whatever. It's kind of what I was thinking. Fuzzy, what do you think?
Yeah, I for my first impressions, I didn't watch the trailer. I don't know if I'm going to make that kind of like my rule going forward kind of thing,
Hmm.
but just looking at like the poster art was pretty much my first encounter before starting the movie. I was like, oh, we're gonna have somebody kind of stalking, peeking through the windows kind of deal, and it didn't disappoint in that regard. Like, yeah, the main character and I guess the neighbor or friend slash neighbor coming over, I'm like, is he pretty much going to wind up, when both of them are at the same place, kind of thing, getting there or what? But yeah, it I would say after about the first 15 minutes, if that, that's when it really kind of gets started, and it's like, not that I've ever had a sensory, thing, or like where you don't have one of your senses kind of thing. It almost feels like there should have been some hair standing up on the back of her neck a couple of times. But yeah, I just like the beginning lead up, as far as how I guess the guy didn't really recognize right off the rip that she was deaf, so it kind of made him a little more bold, I guess. And then when he realized, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this." But I guess he had already at that point encountered another, person in the area, kind of thing. But yeah, I it kept me on the edge of my seat. I'll say in advance, it didn't. There were no naps in the middle of the movie, although there were some times I shouted. But that's just getting frustrated when you see something that should be kind of like in the obvious, or like, please don't do one of those cliches, she runs and trips kind of thing. But good overall. I was expecting something that would be interesting, and it didn't disappoint. Fee, what about you?
So, um, I remember a couple movies prior to this that were similar to it. Stop laughing at me.
Jesus Christ, here we go. There we go.
The one in particular from 1981, which I did not realize it was 1981. I thought it was 1991. With Jennifer Jason Leigh in it, where she was blind. I think it's Stranger's Eyes or something like that. So it's not that I thought that it was bad or anything. I just kind of remember that movie. So the other thing was that like Presta was saying that Mike Flanagan also did the series what was it? Haunting. Let me see here. The Haunting of Hill House.
Too. Oh,
Yeah.
Hill House, yeah.
Yeah. Also Dr. Sleep, Midnight Mass. But his wife also does star in a few of his movies, including this one, and she also co-wrote with him on this one. So, I mean, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying that, okay, we won't say it because,
Okay.
Are you questioning
anger
the
anyone.
originality of this movie?
I don't want to anger anyone.
Okay.
But I'm not saying it's bad. It's not that I wanted to fall asleep. It's just it seemed a little cliche to me.
Seemed like it had been done before.
Yeah,
Wasn't very original.
Now I will say this: the kill scenes were good. I'm not going to argue about that. The kill scenes were good, and there was a couple other parts where I was like, better not happen. Better not happen. I'm going to turn this thing off if it happens. Kind of situation. So, and we'll probably get to one of them.
Yeah.
And everything. But, like I said, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying that, yeah, it's a little cliche.
They were in the woods. How unoriginal.
No, it wasn't that they were in the woods
existed so many years before this. This is ridiculous.
It's not because they were in the woods.
They should have been on a spaceship.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not on a spaceship, it's not original anymore.
All right, so let's look at the opening scene because it does clearly state in the description, if you read it, that this individual is deaf and mute. In the woods. So if you went in not watching the trailer and not reading the description and just reading the title, then I can see how people would not realize that she's deaf or anything, but it is clearly in the description. I'm just saying.
God damn.
Well, there are some times where I watch the trailer, but there are other times where I think it's fun to go into it completely not knowing what you're going to watch. And sometimes a movie title and the cover or whatever picture they show on the streaming services is totally different than what you expected. Some for the good, some for the better. Some are just like, that was cool. Like, wasn't expecting that. So this one was one where I didn't watch the trailer. I think it was my buddy was like, you got to watch Hush. Don't watch the trailer. I was like, okay. So I did. And yeah, I was one of the ones that had to wait the 10 minutes to really find out what was going on. Not a big deal. Sorry.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, yeah, I feel like someone's trying to bully us right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm just okay. So I'm just saying that, and this is probably because I've been around kids and stuff like that that are hard of hearing. But
are they actually hard of hearing or hard of or just listening? paying attention
Part of
or
listening.
listening.
No. It's actually in their IEPs that they need a hearing aid. The only thing is that they lost their hearing aid, just like they lose their
if I
glasses.
had if I had to listen to you all day, I'd lose mine too.
It's always funny. They lose their hearing aid, but not their phone.
Yeah.
So
Oh shit! I lost that. I don't know where
I'm
it went.
gonna say this. I know Presto is making fun, and I know he loves me, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a student aide right now. I have two of them in the same class, and the class is like really small. Like two kids come in on B day, and I have like 6 kids on A day because we did that A B schedule. And I sent one of the student aides over to another teacher's class, and the teacher was like, "Oh, where are you coming from?" Because I sent him over for a question or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in Johnson's class," and he goes, "Do you really like student aiding for Johnson?" I was like, when this kid told me this, I was like, okay, well, I guess that's not my friend. So yeah, that does come up sometimes, even though we joke about it now. So anyway, um, when you have people that are hard of hearing, they watch your mouth a lot. And I have students that I have two right now that need hearing aids, and no, three, because one just got a brand new one. So I have 3 kids that have hearing aids, and one of them is still refusing to wear his, and he watches my mouth all the time because he's trying to read lips. So that's kind of what she was doing in the movie in the beginning when she was talking to her friend. She was really looking at her lips, and that was kind of an indicator for me that she um couldn't hear very well. But I guess if you're not around people that are deaf or hard of hearing, um you wouldn't pick up on that either. I'm just saying.
I don't think they really like zoomed in on her looking at the lips or anything. Like
No, it's
the
just the way
neighbor.
her eyes were. Her
Yeah,
eyes
like
were always looking down.
she looked down at the mouth.
Mhm.
I worked with a deaf person a few years ago, and it was one of those things where it's like they were always looking at my mouth when I was trying to talk to them, which during COVID was not a nightmare because like we were having to wear masks,
Mhm.
and the person would constantly get like right up towards my face to like try and understand what I was saying, and I was like, bro, like step back. But then I'd remember I was like, oh shit, that's right, I've got a mask on. So like I'd step back a little bit and I'd like slowly work through the words real quick, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, I totally get what you're saying. But it's like when you once you see that or experience that
Mhm.
in any way outside of like movies and stuff, you definitely see it. You watch
Mhm.
for people doing that. um
Which
you
it was
catch
a
it quick.
nice which it was a nice touch in this movie that she did that.
Yeah, because it's very genuine to like
Yeah.
the actual like conversational experience.
Mhm. Yeah. So,
I mean, I
but
thought she was deaf in real life at first. When like I was watching, I was like, oh, and then I was like, wow, she played that role very nicely.
She
Mhm.
did a really good job. Yeah, like I actually jumped in and looked at it right after the movie because I was like, is she actually, or was she just playing it? She did a good job with it.
Mhm.
So hats off to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, her character in Hush compared to Doctor Sleep, totally different. Like crazy.
She was in that?
Yeah, she was the main girl that wore the top hat.
No,
So
no, that wait, no, that was Rebecca Ferguson.
here, let me see.
That's a different actress. This was Katie Seagal or something.
Yeah, that's I guess his wife.
Rebecca Ferguson was a complete twit and freaking Doctor Sleep. Her and her stupid top hat can fuck right off.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I I
Wow.
I'm angry about that one just because like The Shining was a good thing, and then Doctor Sleep came around and shit all over the name, and I was very sad.
Hang in there,
Rebecca
kid. It'll
Ferguson
get better.
can go right away.
So I'm not seeing that she was in that, but she was in Gerald's Game. She was in Ouija Origin of Evil, of course, Hush. She was in Oculus. Let's see. I mean, she
Midnight
did a lot of
Mass.
TV.
Sorry,
she was
chat.
in. Yeah, she was in
Sorry, chat.
Midnight Mass.
Dr. Sleep was not one of my favorite things. Sorry, chat.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean,
You should still watch it to get your own opinion on it for sure. But yeah, it just wasn't my thing. I was sad with what they did with the content and the actual like the story that they could have worked with.
Now, it's been years since I've seen it. Was that a prequel or a sequel to like The Shining?
That was a sequel.
Okay.
It was when Danny is supposed to be an adult and basically kind of gets like drawn back to the hotel. And you've got Rebecca Ferguson roaming around in her stupid top hat, and everyone's doing like hoodoo voodoo stuff. And they just went too deep into what The Shining was. Like, if you hadn't put as much detail into it, I feel like it would have held up better. But the characters that were in it just were kind of meh. Like Ewan McGregor did a great job, but a lot of the folks in there were just I don't know. Just it didn't hold up. I was hopeful that it was going to be as good as the book. I feel like the book held up better. Personally.
Yeah. I didn't even know you could read.
I mean, not all of us are dog owners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see.
I feel like I should give it another watch. Nothing but love.
Love you, bud.
So yeah, he seems to have his wife in a lot of stuff that he does. So but yeah,
I like that Hush.
Go on.
I like that Hush only had 5 characters in the whole movie. Like, that's pretty rare that you have a movie with hardly any characters.
Yeah.
And it's solid. It's a good movie. Like, I'm sure there's tons with only a couple that suck, but and this is one where they didn't even have like, I would consider this like a low budget. Like, they basically, I'm sure, rented a cabin in the woods and just shot there. Like, they didn't leave the cabin at all.
Well, I mean, they did have one scene where they did leave the cabin. It was at the end after everything started quieting down, because I mean they couldn't stay there. They burned it down. Yeah.
Hey, what?
So which one are we talking about? Are we talking about
Hush?
No, he said Cabin in the Woods.
No, he was saying they rented a cabin in the woods.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie Cabin in the Woods.
Oh,
Confusing me now.
I thought I was pretty clear. My bad.
No.
You were clear.
Look, men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Yeah. And when I say that, it's like, just don't. Anyway.
That's why. Wait a minute. That's why, if I can find it. That's why when she wanted fried chicken for supper and he wanted fried fish, they eating fried chicken.
Sounds like he needs to man up a little bit.
I mean, I probably would have picked fried chicken also.
I'm kidding. Fried chicken's freaking awesome. I'm just kidding. I kid.
Yeah, he needs a man up.
Well,
but that being out. Steak is freaking awesome. Like,
all right.
So, at one point, that meal she was cooking, it could have been pretty good. Like, it looked like a good recipe that she had going on there, and that was pretty impressive for cooking for yourself, basically. Like, That was quite a feast with the mash or the rice and the lamb chops or whatever they are, and had a sauce. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what she was playing in that night, but it was fancy.
Yeah, the main dish in the oven looked really good. Obviously, based on her reaction as we're watching her cook, she was not a fan of her sauce and some of the stuff she was doing on the stovetop.
Yeah.
But from what I could tell, like in the oven, she was cooking some fire in there. But then she proceeded to freaking burn it, and that hurt my soul a little bit when I saw that. Anytime
Well,
food gets abused for the sake of a movie or just on accident, it always hurts me.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it definitely was an important part of the movie for the smoke detectors and stuff to go off.
Right.
But yeah, maybe they just like kept reshooting that, and at first it was like medium well, and then like they had to reshoot it and just kept getting more and more burnt every time.
Well, I will say this: if the cat had not gotten out, yeah, that cat probably would have hated her. All that loud noise.
I mean, I feel like the neighbor could hear it with how loud and the strobe light was.
Yeah.
Like, that was no regular fire alarm you hear chirping. It was pretty impressive.
Loud enough where you could probably feel it from another room.
Nah, I don't really know. Cause all right, so the fire alarms that we have at the school and stuff. It's kind of the same system. We do have the strobe lights; they go on and stuff like that. But as loud as that bell is, we can't feel anything, no matter which room you're in. Even the
That
ones
was
that don't have like the solid structure walls, they don't even rattle those.
that was like a strobe light party though. Like her
Yeah.
fire alarm. Like, that was like you could be in the bedroom and if the door was open, you'd see that.
Yeah, I just kind of foresee she had a different thing in her bedroom that would have, maybe she has one that's closer to her. Because I couldn't imagine just that one being able to wake her up.
Yeah. The one we have in the house could probably it's probably pretty close because it's just as piercing and annoying. It just doesn't have the strobe to it.
Yeah,
But
and I
like
still can't
I
feel
can
that.
definitely hear it at any part of the house, but then
Yeah.
again I have hearing. But if I'm like in the kitchen and the thing is like over the stairway between like the living room, dining room area and the kitchen, you can feel that in the
No, I
kitchen.
can't.
Well, that's you. I can feel it. Like it I can almost feel it in my chest just even thinking about it because that's how like that thing is so annoying to you. You have to move because it feels like it's hurting you if you don't shut that thing up or you know turn the stove down, which you like to have at full blast at
I don't know
points. But
about that.
anyway,
I just
but
think the noise is annoying.
yeah, the noise
Really
is annoying because
annoying.
you can feel it.
It's supposed to be.
It's like
It's
your
not
house is
supposed to
about to
be
burn down.
soothing. I mean, yeah. It's not supposed to be like, hey, stay a while.
Like,
Yeah, it's like plays a song or something you like.
Yeah.
it's like a lullaby. Yeah.
Some ambient white noise just to make you feel nice and calm. Like, no.
It's like you don't understand how anything works in life. Fire
It's
alarms,
because
they're so annoying.
nothing
They
feels
so
are.
rational
loud.
anymore.
They are. Anyway. See, even Foamy agrees with me. Right, Foamy?
Oh boy.
Sure. Sure.
So, so we have, we understand that she's deaf and everything, and we understand that, she has these devices throughout her home to make sure that, she's safe even when she's sleeping and stuff, knowing she can't hear anything. But that kind of fails really, really quick, though, does it not?
Mhm.
Because a lot
When
of that
the
stuff.
as I say, when the neighbor came over, the second time the neighbor came over at night,
Mhm.
banging on the door because she was getting chased by this man,
Mhm.
and she's in the kitchen, and the neighbor's banging and banging, and she can't hear at all. I feel that was maybe a point Fuzzy might have got mad because I also was like, kick the glass, like break it, something like,
Mhm.
or was the door even locked? Did she check if it was locked? Like,
I think she did. My thing is that when you bang on a door hard enough,
It
it
vibrates pretty
it
good.
yeah, it vibrates. It actually moves. I'm surprised that didn't catch her eye when she was in the kitchen. I can
Yeah.
understand her having her back turned on the couch or whatever or the chair, but she should have seen movement out of the corner of her eye. That was a
Yeah.
little annoying.
yeah, I mean, if they would, I'm sure the movie would have been a lot shorter. So
Yeah.
it's good she didn't see it, I guess. It wasn't horribly done though, where like it was like there it's not like the neighbor like threw a whole cinder block towards it through the window and she like just walked it into her bedroom and
Mhm.
totally ignored it. Like
Mhm.
it didn't piss me off that bad. It's like, oh, it should have happened, but let's see where this goes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Actually, it might have made it more interesting because if she did notice, would she have had enough time to get her in, lock it without the guy coming in? They could have been at that point forced out of the house,
Mm.
and she could have had to deal with the situation in the woods.
Or just a 2-on-1 attack where like
Exactly. And she's got this friend that is obviously not in, good shape.
Mhm. Or
It
at
Yeah.
might
least
have been
have
more
have
interesting.
their phones would still be functioning at that point. They hopefully each would have had their phone. Because I don't know if he grabbed her phone before we see her, beating on the glass, or if he had grabbed her phone afterwards. But
No, he grabbed her phone afterwards because she tried to get out the window to grab the phone in the
yeah,
back pocket.
yeah, but it could have been missing when she was beating on the glass as well.
No, I don't think it was
It probably wasn't, but we
because the
have
guy
no idea. But still, at
yeah,
least
but
Yeah.
one
Like,
phone would still be functional, or at
well
least
yeah, but
one phone
the
would
guy
be.
wouldn't have known where to put it. She remembered from when they were talking and everything was fine between her and the other girl.
Mhm.
So the killer probably didn't know she had it in the back pocket and didn't think that the girl would know that. You know what I'm saying? Just think that would be in like too convenient kind of thing. I just don't think he knew it was there. He didn't check. He didn't think he needed to check. Right?
I thought he already had the phone on him when she
No,
went to
he
climb
had
up the
her
window.
phone. He had
He had her phone, yes,
yes,
but
he didn't
I
he didn't
think the
have
phone
the
he
other girl's
showed
phone.
her,
He
because
didn't
like
have the other
when
girl's
she
phone.
ran back in the house, he showed her phone
Her
and then
phone.
left it on her back. Like,
Her
I dare you to
phone.
come back out and get it.
No, that wasn't her phone. That was her friend's phone. Her
That's
friend
what I'm
put her
talking
phone
about.
in the back pocket when she
Yes.
left her.
yeah, the friend's phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had already grabbed the phone as well.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying he didn't grab the phone out of her back pocket. He grabbed Maddie's phone out of
No.
the kitchen.
Yes, he grabbed the main death
He didn't
actual.
have two phones on him.
I
Yeah,
could
he
have
did.
sworn
He
he
had
had two
what?
phones.
No,
He had
he had both.
When
He had both.
she
He
ran back in the house, he showed her friend's phone and then put
Yeah.
it on her back to say you wouldn't have got it anyway.
Yeah, he had Maddie's phone after that altercation and he put it in his
Yeah.
pocket. He had both because like when she tried to reach out and grab that one, he pulled it away before he
I don't
caught
know.
her
I'm
hand
gonna
or
revisit
before
it
she caught his
because
hand.
I don't think he had the other girl's phone. I know he had Maddie's phone
He had both.
because he called her on it. He called her on her own phone
Mm.
because it popped up on the screen.
I defer to Fuzzy.
Oh, of course, everybody's
Let me
the first
see
one.
if I can bring this up
How
real
could I be right?
Oh shit! Here we go again.
I need an adult.
Oh, yeah, now you need
gotta prove that we're wrong for some reason.
Well, I guess
I see how it is.
Guess I'm watching that part over again.
Yep. Well, hey, when you go back and you watch through it again, might I recommend that you watch it through on the black and white version that's available?
Okay, so
'Cause
we
that was
fast
actually really
forward
good.
it to black and white. What was so different about the black and white?
It's the same movie, but it's a different approach. Like
The
Different
exact
feel.
same movie in black and white.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so for me at least, I had the Blu-ray version on Vudu, and on the black and white version, I had the 4K. So the visuals were much more like crisp and super detailed in the black and white. So like the lighting and everything like popped a certain way when you were watching it in black and white.
Mm.
It had a really good feel to it. For me personally, I mean, you know, it's not everyone's thing, but that was something I always enjoyed about like Sin City too. Is like the black and white made certain things pop in a different way. Made it kind of a fun experience to watch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm watching it on Tubi at the minute.
Really?
Smashed his fingers.
No, that doesn't
All right,
count.
so she's
It does
reaching
not count.
for the pocket.
That
She
totally
doesn't.
counts.
Does not count. I'm not there.
That's fine. Like you even see her patting the pocket that she remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's still trying, like, because she should have been able to reach in the pocket.
Yeah.
If it was still on her friend, she should have been able to find it in that short period of time. She gets back in the room. She smashes his fingers. He lifts up, gets his fingers out of there. Come on. Let's see. Oh, that's right. She hits him with the hammer.
Yeah, she grabbed the right ass cheek of the friend. She did, based on their like flashback when she remembers the phone's there.
Yeah. So after he puts a tourniquet, he takes part of her shirt as a tourniquet. She's still standing at the window looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Yeah, he reaches in his pocket with her phone. He's like, "Oh, you're looking for this?"
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I gotta see this.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta see this.
And he's like showing her friend's phone.
I gotta see
because
it.
it has this partially cracked screen, and he taps it on the glass, and then he puts
Like I
it
said,
on
I
her
gotta
back.
see it myself.
Like, I dare you to come get it.
Oh
Because
my gosh.
why would he have been
But-
like, "Hey, look, here's your phone," when she's trying to reach in the back pocket of her friend's?
Like I said, I will watch it later.
Yeah, and you'll see
Okay.
he already had it in his pocket.
Yeah. But yes,
Anyway,
like
moving on.
he had the other one too because he had messed with her, right? Like
Yeah.
at that point.
Again,
Yeah.
we're moving on.
Okay, you're wrong, and we're moving on. Gotcha.
Moving on.
I mean, when the killer, when he first finds out she's deaf, that was pretty good. Like he's
It
standing
was.
on the outside, just like creeping on her, and he's just like tapping on the glass, and nothing is happening to her because she can't hear.
When he even comes inside. Like
Mm-hmm.
he even comes inside and is like right behind her as they're getting ready to have their FaceTime call. And he's like convinced that like he's gonna get her attention so he can mess with her. And she's not having any of it. And so it kind of felt like he's just like sitting there like, all right, come on, recognize I'm here. It was that was an interesting dynamic for it. I like how they played that.
Yeah, the friend on FaceTime saw something in the background move and was like,
Mhm.
"Is there somebody behind you?"
And she figured it was bitch. The cat.
It's the cat.
I thought that was pretty
Need for
good
a
too.
cat.
Yeah. pretty perfect.
Mm.
That was a pretty kitty.
Uh,
The fluffy
that
cat.
face,
I
that
just like
face
regular
was
fur cats.
fuck,
Like,
yeah.
that's why I don't like Foamy. That's your cat. You can have him.
Cat looked like it ran right into a fucking window. That face was all messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it was a smush nosed cat. They're still
Yeah,
pretty.
it's like a pug. That's not
yeah,
pretty.
they're still pretty.
No,
they're smushy
Sure.
nose. That's
beauty's
not
beauty's in the eye of the beholders. Like it's not everyone's thing
Uh-huh.
by any means.
Uh-huh. Anyway, there's a pretty kitty.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think it was a good kitty.
Didn't seem like a very good kitty. That kitty wasn't trying to attack the guy that came up to him. Or her.
But he at least she was at least a distraction for the
True.
the guy.
Yeah.
I thought that cat was gonna get diced up.
Yeah.
It really felt like it was gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
turn it off.
I wasn't going to turn it off right away, but I was getting to that point. I'm like, yeah, you better not. Like, as soon as he went to read, like, oh,
it was going a certain way real fast. I was like, oh no, here we go.
you'll be joining your mommy soon.
Yeah, seriously.
did he
When he
know?
said that, I was like, oh, this is gonna get gross. Like this is gonna be grisly. That's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have turned it off if that happened.
Yeah.
I don't want to see kitty cats.
So were you guys surprised that they showed you the killer's face? Like she writes on the window, like basically like, please leave me alone. I didn't see your face. And then like he basically takes off her mask and shows her like, this is what I look like.
Yeah.
I knew at that point he was bold enough or psycho enough or at least planned well enough that he knew he wasn't going to have to worry about her seeing his face because she wasn't going to survive kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think that was his whole plan in the first place.
To show his face?
He just liked some suspense.
I don't think he would have taken the mask off had she not written that. Because remember, he didn't take the mask off for the other girl.
No, I get that. But I'm just saying that I think at some point in his little escapade, he would have done it to one of his victims.
Probably like just before he kills him, kind of thing. Be like, see the face of your killer before you go to the eternal.
I mean, she was just challenging him to do it earlier. That's all.
Oh, she was challenging. She was kind of like begging, like, I didn't see nothing. Just leave me alone.
Well, yeah, but that's a challenge to psychopaths.
I at first thought it was the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
I thought it was Craig.
I knew it wasn't.
That was kind of my thought too, because when they start talking, he repeats the conversation that she had with her sister or whatever on FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
And when he starts talking initially, I didn't catch that was the conversation that they had earlier. And so I was like, oh crap, this is like a scorned ex type of thing. Like, but then I realized, like, oh yeah, that's right. That was the phone call that she had with the sister. But yeah,
so I don't know what movie y'all were watching, but you know, the boyfriend did look significantly different than the killer, even with the mask on. You know, because he was showing the skin.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody picked up on that.
Doesn't mean that he doesn't have an accomplice. Most of these movies usually have two killers.
Nah, I didn't feel there was two killers because.
Of course you didn't.
I mean, there was a time where I had like a Scream vibe to this.
First of all, I didn't think they were going to do a Scream thing. I did not in this movie. I didn't think they were going to do a Scream thing where, you know, you have the one killer, then you have the second, you know, surprise killer. I didn't think that was this movie. Whenever I saw like pictures on, it was originally on Netflix. when I saw, pictures on the internet, um, it always seemed like it was one killer that they were showing pictures of.
Okay.
So,
I don't even know
Well,
why you watch movies because you just know them all. You're never
no,
surprised.
I don't know everything, and I've just watched too
Ah.
many that they keep on repeating. If I am shocked about something, then it's because it was like a little bit of a new twist. That's why I like the last movie that we were doing, because I thought that was more interesting with the whole frogging thing and stuff like that. Because it's like, wait a minute, they weren't originally there to kill them. I thought that was a good twist.
I mean, have you heard of the video game Frogger? Like, frogging is totally not a new thing.
I used to play Frogger.
Not an original idea.
The one that the frog, you're trying to get him across the street. Are you talking about that one?
Yeah.
I used to
Another
play that
Frogger?
movie.
Into someone else's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hop
That's
from
why I
house to
went back
house.
to Pong, because Frogger was a little hard to get the frog across, and I got upset when the frog would get smashed.
That's fair, I suppose.
I'm just saying.
That's weak.
That's weak.
Sounds like a skill issue, but
Yeah.
Okay, look, I was like, what, 7, 8?
Teen.
Something like that.
It wasn't even an original idea by the time you played it.
I mean, I'm just saying,
I'm surprised you enjoyed it.
I wasn't born with the gaming skills like you three were.
Mhm, mhm.
Well, you should become more original then.
Whatever. So yeah, I didn't think it was the same killer. I mean, I didn't think it was 2 different killers or whatever. I thought it was just one killer. So I thought he would eventually. I just didn't think it was going to be kind of like that soon. But I figured he eventually would have took off his mask.
So mine is Fee because we already know her opinions.
Mhm.
Would you have liked this movie or felt like it was better if the killer had motive or no motive?
I kind of like when they throw the no motive situation out sometimes, which is why like when it started off and he started like repeating the conversation that her and her sister had just shortly before, I kind of got a little bit bummed out because again I thought that there was some sort of relation there, like of some sort. But then when I realized it wasn't, I was kind of relieved because I was hoping that they were going to continue through the rest of the movie without really that connection. Like the idea of someone just coming out there and just terrorizing you because they're a piece of shit that has like sadistic tendencies is a creepy idea. And I think it holds up really well because it's just very unsettling. Like the idea that you go to, you live out there or you go out somewhere to just enjoy like a time away from your normal life, and you've just got this person harassing you and there's really no rhyme or reason except for you're there. That's creepy and super unsettling, and I think it adds the tension really fast in a situation like this. So yeah, I don't know. I liked that. I thought that was a good call.
So
Was it?
I'm going to talk anyway.
No.
So I'm going to tell you my opinion anyway. No, actually, my favorite serial killer movies are the ones that there is no motive. It is totally random. It is the victim was in the wrong place at the wrong time, because the killers are more fun. They are not about survival. They're not about, getting the person because, they have been traumatized or they have been, mentally destroyed or whatever. There's less mistakes when the person is clear-headed and they're just having fun. They're are less kind of those cliche horror mistakes of how people get away. And perfect example is the second kill scene. You know, he's down, and the boyfriend of the girl that he already killed is he's clueless, then he understands, and he's about to attack, and he just all of a sudden she makes a mistake. The killer doesn't make a mistake. The victim makes a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he gets the upper hand on that girl's boyfriend, which I liked how he did that. Is very quick. It was the unusual jab that you don't expect. And then even after he does that, the boyfriend, being as he is, probably an ex-football hero or whatever, still keeps coming. I like that. That was the best kill. That was the best setup for the kill. But that would have never happened if the killer had a motive. You know, because he would have still been focused on Maddie instead of being focused on that moment of his survival to continue to keep on killing.
I'm going to need you to put that in writing because you keep ducking a movie that clearly follows what you just said.
Yeah, and so there's several other movies that I watch. It's just that one scene I like. What's wrong with that? You can like 10 seconds of a movie and not like the rest. And perfect example, Sleepaway Camp.
I guess you're onto something with that, but when are we going to watch Terrifier?
Oh,
because apparently there's not supposed to be some sort of motive. It's just senseless killing, as I think I heard you say.
So here's the thing.
For killing's sake, and it's like, I don't want to see that because it's senseless killing for killing's sake.
Okay, first of all, Terrifier 1 I did watch. And my brain shut off. I've watched Clown Motel, and I like that. So it's not anything to do with clowns. I think the difference between Terrifier and this, and Hush is the non-dialogue. The gestures coming off of Art the Clown. Sorry, my speech impediment. Clown is throwing me even during the kills. You know what I'm saying? He's not a significant presence. I think that's maybe what it is. With this guy, there was dialogue at least to break everything up, so that I didn't, so I wasn't super fixated on the kill itself. Gotta have kind of both, like either dialogue in the kill, or you have to be nonverbal and significant to equal the kill. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, there's Jason. Jason never talked, right? But his gestures, his ability to just lift somebody up and throw them with one hand or even one finger, the way that he turned, it was significant. It was commanding. And I just don't get that from Art the Clown. Now, maybe when they start putting dialogue in there, I might like it better, because I could have swore that somebody said that he was going to have some lines eventually.
Oh, that'd be horrible if he started talking.
But I'm just saying, there's a debate about that right now. Some people say some people say that they want some dialogue, and some people say that nope, Art the Clown needs to be silent. I'm just saying the way that he gestures because he's nonverbal is just not significant enough to keep my attention. So I focus on the kills. And those kills are not like the Saw kills. At least the Saw kills were puzzles. They themselves were what we were supposed to be commanded to watch. There was a lot of thought into them. And I just, it's just me. Y'all are probably fine with Terrifier. I know there's a whole
No.
bunch of people that are.
No,
No,
I'm in agreement with you that I'm not a Terrifier fan. I don't think he needs dialogue by any means, but I just also it's a weird line between something like Hush and Terrifier, where like Terrifier is torture porn for the sake of torture porn. This is definitely like sadist, gross behavior, but it doesn't
Yeah.
get to the point where you're cutting off like a woman's chest and wearing it. Like shit like that's just weird. And I'm not able to like sit there and suspend reality and see it and be like, yeah, that's cool. Like it didn't resonate with me.
But I mean, even
But
Leatherface.
everyone's got their,
Yeah. But even Leatherface, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre would be that torture porn. We all understand,
Mhm.
If you still watch the guys that do that, because it's more than one guy that does Leatherface. There are mannerisms to Leatherface that give you that childlike. He has a personality, and those things keep you attentive to what he's doing and why it's, he's basically playing in his sense. He's playing as a child. I know he's killing people, but he's playing as a child, basically.
Yeah, which I mean, I'll give him like that's a creepy thing, but I don't know. I feel like it's it's a different level. Going from something like Terrifier to Hush is like it's just a different degree. Like and it's fine. Like I'm not saying that it's a bad movie. I just it's not my personal preference.
And the same with me. It's not mine. I wish Fuzzy would watch it on his own if he wanted to, because I probably would fall asleep. Yeah, because I started doing other things.
Like some of it, I mean, it definitely, if you're looking for shock factor and stuff, like those Terrifier films definitely have that, 100%. But yeah, it's not everyone's bag for sure. No. Sorry, Fuzzy.
I mean, normally it is, but like I said, I need the serial killer to show the personality. I mean, he's got one. I'm not connecting with that personality. Leatherface, Jason, Freddy. I mean, of course, I like Freddy more and Leatherface more than I like Jason and Michael Myers, but I'm sorry.
No, I don't know.
But I mean, I like them. I like them, but I'm gonna say this to Cypher. I'm gonna say these, even though I know Cypher doesn't like Rob Zombie. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Michael Myers had a little bit more personality in the Rob Zombie movies than he did in the originals.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As a kid, an extremely unlikable personality because he made the character an intolerable little shit that like I couldn't root for. Like at least with the original Halloween movies, there was that just like campy slasher type of nature to it, where you were basically kind of like rooting on Michael because you were seeing all these people get completely slaughtered because they were the shittiest teenagers. And then you went to Rob Zombie's where he was literally a shitty teenager that then turned into a serial killer. And I just couldn't resonate with that. Because like all I wanted to see was him get punished because he was the shitty teenager.
Well, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I mean, I do like Rob Zombie and everything, and some of his stuff, but I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but he's having some problems with his HOA and where he lives in his gated community. They put a skate park behind his house,
Oh no.
and apparently it's making a lot of noise.
Oh,
And he's not getting his peace and quiet.
oh, so fucking sad for him.
So I'm
Uh,
just hey, I'm just letting you know.
cry a river out for him while he's sitting there on his millions.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is the same guy that um plays does he makes heavy metal music and horror movies
Yeah,
and
that's his choice as a
yes,
career.
yes.
Yeah.
And he's you know getting upset about a skate park behind his house.
Yeah, that's it sounds like he's getting into the hey you kids get off my lawn
Yeah,
state of
yeah,
his
pretty much.
life.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Pretty much.
Yeah. No, I have
We all
zero
get there.
sadness for. Yeah, but I have zero sadness for him. Like if he can't stand it, then move further out. Like whatever. You got plenty of money. I don't feel bad for you.
Well, I mean, yeah, he used to skate. Yeah, he did.
Who?
Rob Zombie
Zombie.
used to skate. He's not like Jason Lee.
No,
Jason
he's
Lee,
not. He's not good, but he
yeah,
used to
Jason Lee
skate.
was good. Jason Lee used to hang out with all the, guys that were into the sport and everything like that, made it a sport, in fact. And he still does it every once in a while, and he still skates very well. But Rob Zombie, of course, he tried it. I mean,
Yeah.
why wouldn't he?
He looks out there and sees the kids in the skate park and are like, they don't have long hair like me and they're wearing skinny jeans and
And they didn't.
they're just not like me. I
And
don't
they
like them.
didn't. And they didn't because the kids were on the news because they're like, we raised the money to get this skate park.
Yeah.
These kids raised the money.
Raise the money.
Raised it. Like they spent effort and time to do this.
Yeah, he should be thrilled that those kids are trying to do something productive and something like resourceful and beneficial for people instead of being like one of his shitty characters in one of his movies.
But this is why I don't like HOAs, because the HOA never went to him and said, "Hey, we're building a skate park and it's going to be behind your house. What do you think about that?"
Yeah, they don't care about that. money, yeah, money always talks. Like what they don't care who it is. It's just like when Bob Barker had a whole bunch of people move into his neighborhood that had like dogs and cats. Like he didn't like that. They didn't meet up with him and be like, "Hey Bob, what do you think about this? Are you okay if we have people who have pets in your area?" Like, no, they don't care. What are they making money? Yeah, so they don't care about their opinion.
So what you're saying is Bob Barker was telling everybody to spay and neuter their cats so that there would be less cats, so he wouldn't be inconvenienced by them?
Bob Barker was allegedly potentially trying to do things to get those cats spayed and neutered without consent.
Yes.
So, I'm just saying, like, they're not going to go ask what his opinion is, but even if they did, like, that wouldn't have probably changed the outcome, I'm guessing. No one cares. No one cares. Like, if they built a house right behind mine right now in the wetlands that we have that separates us from the next block down, they wouldn't be like, "Oh, I'm sorry that they're, fence to fence with you." They don't care. If they're making money, they don't care about my feelings.
Well, yeah. Oh my god, we could probably spend like 5 hours on podcast talking about HOAs, and their terribleness. So, all right. So we talked about the one kill. Was that also your favorite kill, or did you have another kill? Because there were what three
Three.
total kills.
I think that was my favorite as well. Yeah, just because it was the other two. Well, okay, so just so we're being clear, we're talking the friend in the
Yes.
first, and then we're
Yes.
talking him at the end, right?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
and the boyfriend.
Well, yeah, but I mean the ones
Yeah.
around that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the middle kill is definitely the one that stands out the most because they spent the most time with it, and it was one of those things where like it wasn't the killer, so you felt bad for the person because like they were literally just they were there because they were checking on their girlfriend or wife or whoever
He
it
was
was.
being a good boyfriend. He's
Yeah.
being a good boyfriend.
Yeah, like he was just trying to see what was going on.
She was partial to him. Like
Yeah.
he wanted her around.
Yeah, so like he got screwed pretty hard on that one.
Yeah.
And that kind of hurt. And it's like he fought so hard to try and help. And I think that's what drove it more home for me is like, you know, even in a moment of like, you know, peril where obviously like he's gonna die, he was still like selfless and trying to fight to make sure that she could get away.
Yep.
And I think that's what makes that character and that kill probably just the most impactful for me, at least.
Yeah, there was a good person to the world that died.
The first lady was a good person too, at least we assume. But you could really feel the tension build with the killer and the boyfriend where like he's slowly working out, figuring out that he's not the cop like he claimed to be. Like when the killer asked to borrow his phone and he gave him it, and then it was like, hey buddy, can I have my phone back? Like he's like, oh yeah, no problem. And then we're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Like so it definitely was the best one with building suspense, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you were like working it through the boyfriend also. Like, okay, what would you do? Okay, he's asking for his phone back. Yeah, that's what I would do. Okay. He's questionable. Okay, like I enjoyed that scene. Obviously not what happened to the boyfriend, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed how they shot it. I enjoyed how they executed it. It was I don't want to say set the tone, but it showed that the killer just didn't give a fuck. Like he'll kill whoever's fucking with the game he's trying to play with the woman. Like he's ruthless, man.
Yeah. For me, I liked the scene, but it was also probably for me the most frustrating because, and I hate putting it this way, but my interactions with quote unquote police or what would be police, I'm not giving you my phone. There's no reason for me to give you my phone.
Absolutely.
You have a radio, or you should have a radio. So why am I giving you my guard would have been up instantly, and I'm pretty sure he either saw the message at that point or he had shortly seen the message after. And I don't know if it computed until like later in the conversation with the killer, but like that would have come across real strange. Like, okay, he's got a flashlight and I don't see a pistol.
He's also not in any type of uniform.
He's in city clothes.
Like, I mean, that's definitely possibly the biggest red flag, but let's just say the flashlight kind of slightly blinds you. I'm not seeing a pistol. You're not a cop. You would be holding that flashlight and pistol a certain way, and that's not what you were doing. And for you to be holding your flashlight and pistol, then obviously you've already encountered something, and chances are I would, just knowing how things are these days, I would have probably already been shot. But no, you're not getting my phone.
And there is a way that they're supposed to hold their flashlight and their gun, and also the way they're supposed to hold the flashlight in general. And he really wasn't doing that. He was trying to, but he really wasn't.
Yeah. So my not my New Yorker sense, but my military sense would have been on full alert. and I would have already been trying to position myself before even grabbing a rock. This guy is up to no good. And after seeing that message, yeah, I automatically know he's up to no good because obviously he's probably the one busybodying around and why that message is probably there.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's still looking for the person that would have wrote that message because he's outside the house, they've probably barricaded. Well, I would have assumed she's barricaded herself, or hopefully her and my girlfriend have barricaded themselves in a room somewhere. But yeah, there's it was frustrating, but I totally understand why it went down the way it went down. And I kind of knew what was going to happen. Like after him being stabbed in the throat, it's like you only got seconds of your arm strength. And I'm like, you gotta choke him out quick. Or try and snap his neck. But he wasn't able. I don't think he probably had the strength at that point to snap his neck, but you only have 90, it's like 20 seconds or so of arm strength left the way he was bleeding out. So if he's still fighting, he probably should have put as much pressure as he could and arched his back so that way and wrapped his feet around him so that way he could have either gotten significantly deeper under his chin or possibly tried to crack his neck kind of thing to paralyze him. But yeah, I it was so sad to see that he bled out before the guy passed out kind of thing. So
even with deputies, right? Even with deputies, when they come out, I mean, if they've had any training whatsoever, they come out, he sees the car the way it is. That's the first thing you see is the car with the tires all slashed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he sees, this, and then he goes in a different direction. That's not what they would do. That would give them the ability to break a window and go in because obviously there's something amiss. Deputies would have had the authority. Cops would have had the authority to do that, to go search the house if they had seen that. And he didn't even attempt to do that.
Yeah, but he also when he was talking to the boyfriend, he claimed that like right when he got there, he basically got knocked down, like got jumped by the guy, like when he first showed up on scene.
But there was nothing to indicate that.
No, and the boyfriend should have been like, well, you're all the signs I'm seeing right now are pointing to you being the person that caused this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he did have kind of a valid stance. It's like, oh, I got there and shit went down like immediately.
And I think that when he started to go from clueless to like suspicious, that's when they had to find something to distract him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why she banged on the window, not realizing that she got him killed.
Sealed his fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they had to set it up that way because he was a big guy.
Yeah.
And he could have easily taken him. And of course this killer knew that. And that's why he was trying to find, an out. And she gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think she felt guilty.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I think just kind of that situation. I don't think I would have tried to sneak up on him with the rock in hand. I think I would have already chucked that at his head and then rushed him at the same time. He's got to duck the rock and duck me. Mm-hmm. Especially if I have a height advantage on him. Yeah. But that would be that part of that fight or flight. And
but I'm gonna be honest with you. The one thing I know about Fuzzy is this: if he got a rock in hand and he hears something being banged on, I'm gonna be honest with you. He would have thrown the rock.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have looked away because if I can tell that it's banging on the doors, then I would have probably just lunged at the guy at that point instead of looking away for him to stab me in the neck. But who knows? Maybe he would have stabbed me in the eye, and I would have probably bled out from that. But at least would have tackled him and tried to do as much harm or damage to him, taking him down. But
no, I've literally
it was a great scene nonetheless, the way they set it up. But I was like, no, don't just. I was like biting my tongue, not to shout, throw the and rock kind of thing, but it's like, dude, just you already know something's up. Like, this is not a cop. No uniform, no gun. He's using your phone instead of his radio. Like,
Who's
and
getting
if
it?
whoever jumped him took his gun and his radio but didn't kill him, like,
Why would they leave the flashlight?
no, it just, I don't know. There was just a lot of stuff that I would have put 2 and 2 together a lot faster, I think. Even being disoriented, looking for my girlfriend that should have been home hours ago, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, but
All right,
that was my biggest frustration overall with the movie. Well, that and the cat scene where it's like, okay,
Ooh.
she shot at least one of the arrows, and then I guess couldn't figure out or didn't have the arm strength to reload the second one. She got a good shot, but I don't know. It's probably more so the military training in me. Ambush them while you can. Like, don't try and reload if you don't know how to reload.
Don't give him any time to figure something out.
Yeah. While he's pulling that out, you're rushing him with a knife and swinging that knife, a certain way. Even if you're holding the knife wrong, your better bet is to go out fighting that way with him, taking a good shot to the shoulder kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She was a typical victim.
Yeah.
For what she did pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
She did great.
Now,
She
I
lived.
think knowing what we know now, as far as health-wise, you should have known to stock hydrogen peroxide and not alcohol in your medicine cabinet. We got that lesson.
People love that burn.
Hell yeah.
It kills germs. It feels like it's working.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we got that lesson. For her not to have hydrogen peroxide, she got her consequences. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
She deserved those consequences.
Mm.
So everybody out there, stock hydrogen peroxide. Just in case a killer shows up.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna need it.
So you can throw the bottle at their head, right?
No, if you're, I'll put it this way. If you're in the woods, in the middle of the woods, and you don't have some sort of weaponry in that house, I don't care if you're anti-gun, anti-bow and arrow, anti-sword. You need something more than just your kitchen knives if you're going to be in the woods. Because, hey, maybe that it's not a psycho killer. Maybe it's a black bear that decides, hey, you spilled some honey on your front porch or something, and it wants a snack. No, something like you're better off with something, even if it's. I was about to say a pool noodle, but even that's too much unless you wrap it around somebody's neck. But yeah, have something. Have a shotgun, rifle, pistol, a sword, a katana, like a machete, something like just in case you have to clear some of the brush. Like have something in that house that's accessible in case some unexpected visitors show up, whether they're wild animals or psychotic or psychopaths or something. Just something, and hydrogen peroxide that as well.
Sorry, I'm too busy imagining this movie if the weapon had actually been a pool noodle instead. Now that's got a level of comedy that I really enjoy. Sorry, go on.
No, I could just imagine the police report afterwards. So you choked him out with a pool noodle. That's all I had. Like, I mean, he shot me with an arrow. What am I supposed to do?
It's
I don't have one
resourceful.
of those Nerf arrow guns or a real crossbow or anything. So yeah, pool noodle it is, and kitchen knife. So yeah. But those 3 kills, they were all awesome, and I really like how it wound up as far as for like the final one and stuff. But there was another part I was like kind of yelling at the screen, and I know you guys, especially anyone in the audience that's listened to this show before, like my approach on zombies. Don't just assume because they're down they're dead. Like keep stabbing. Like if you stab something because you're in fear for your life, don't stop. Don't just stab and run. Stab, 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 stab. Like I know that sounds psychotic, and probably somebody will clip that and try to put some sort of case against me kind of thing. But no, if you're in fear for your life and all you have is your kitchen knife, don't just stab once in the leg or wherever she stabbed him and then try and run away. Like your better opportunity is, well, if you do stab him and you're going to run, grab the knife with you. Take it with you. Don't stab and leave it in him and run. At least take it, but you're at a much better advantage to continue stabbing and survive. But then again, this would have been a 10-minute movie thing or 15-minute movie at that point. So
True.
All right, we got a question. Why we need peroxide?
It's better than alcohol. It'll still do the germ fighting and cleaning with less burn. So let's say you're in that situation where you have that intruder in the house and you're trying to keep quiet, you're less likely to have to bite down on something or try to hold your screams. It just winds up being a better I guess ointment to for the wound and stuff like that, as opposed to alcohol. Alcohol, I mean, it does a good job, but it burns along with it. So it's killing nerve endings and cells and causing some pain. The peroxide is pretty much flushing stuff out while killing the germs and stuff like that.
I mean,
without necessarily killing endings or as many endings and stuff like that.
It still stings a little bit if you have like a deep wound or whatever. But it's not as bad, and it's less likely to cause infection later on.
So essentially what we're saying is use the hydrogen peroxide on your wounds and just have like some whiskey or a beer or something as the alcohol that you're using while you do so.
I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't have the alcohol in the house, but what I'm saying is that you're going to use the alcohol that's at least 70, preferably 90 or higher, so that you can douse it on the serial killer and then light him on flames. I'm just saying, like, that's what the alcohol use is for.
Yes.
And the hydrogen peroxide just clean your wounds.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Hydrogen peroxide for yourself and alcohol for the killer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The whiskey's for you. Right? Yeah. Okay, now we got a plan.
Right. Agreed fully. I didn't think we'd agree on anything this episode, Fee, but here we are. So Poisoned ended up throwing in some ideas on what the rating should be on this. This should be an interesting one to see.
All right, let's put them up.
Yeah.
Other people can rate too.
Yeah. Throw them in the chat.
Yeah. Guess away.
I'm surprised.
What you think ours are, or what yours was.
Presto.
I mean, I feel like I did talk about the movie and I did enjoy it, but a 9.5, that's like almost a masterpiece right there. I don't even think I gave Scream a 9.5, and that's like my favorite.
But this had some Scream vibes.
It did, but it's not Scream. Like Scream, there's only one Scream.
Yeah.
So the fact I don't even think I give that a 9.5.
Like 6, but
7, February 27th comes out. But yeah, that's I save the 9s for something special. 9 and above, it's got to be something special. Even 8s. 8 has to be a good one. Like nines, I would say Terminator 2 is up in the nines. Terminator 2 is such a masterpiece. Are you yawning at Terminator 2?
Nope.
Ew.
Nope. I'm just yawning because my wife is sick and I haven't been getting sleep. Ignore me.
She's
I
still
tried to mute
sick.
it. I tried to mute it. God damn it.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Terminator 2 is probably one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
Cypher,
definitely up there.
Cypher.
What?
I think we should quarantine her.
We've been quarantining her. She ended up getting confirmed with pneumonia last Friday, I think, when we had the show, and
Huh.
she's slowly recovering. But that shit takes a minute.
Don't do anything we got out of cooking for the week.
All right, so Presto doesn't agree with his.
I just said I didn't say I didn't agree with it. I just said how I rank movies, like to be a 9+ or 8+. Like I find myself in the sevens if it's a good movie, in the sevens. Not saying every once in a while I can't sneak one of these out there. Like we kind of last week and this week they kind of go together in a way. Like I could see where they could kind of compare them and we could relate them. Another one that I could throw out there is the movie Host. It was filmed during COVID and it's all like a webcam movie basically. Like they're on Teams or whatever, FaceTime on their computers, and it's like a paranormal movie. And I don't even think it's an hour long. It might be like 57 minutes, but it's such a good, creepy, reminds me of like Paranormal Activity. And at the end of the movie, they actually show like they have a media on the show and like shit happens there. And it's like, oh shit, like we should review that one, Host.
Yeah, we can
Or at least
definitely add
just
that
watch
to
it on your own. Just it's a good enough movie to watch it on your own.
Yeah.
I don't know what streaming it's on. Maybe that one's on Netflix. I think that one's on Netflix. Came out in 2020. It's on Netflix, Tubi, and AMC Plus. So Tubi's for free. You just got to deal with the commercials, so anyone can watch it. But I definitely suggest Host.
Well, you got to deal with commercials on Amazon too, and on Hulu.
Well, watch it on Netflix then.
Well, here's some advice, just in case. If you have a computer that you're going to watch it on, or a computer that can cast to your TV, do it through the browser, and then have like an ad blocker. The most you get on, like, I think Amazon and Tubi is you'll get that 2-second black screen where it was going to be a commercial, and then it just goes right back to the movie. So
smart.
Just saying.
I like it. I'm tired of seeing all those damn Manjaro commercials. I had an ass full of those fuckers when we were going into Thanksgiving, and then they had the Black Friday deals where you could get the discounted like annual deal or whatever. I was like, goodbye ads. It's like, God, that stuff is so aggravating. And it wouldn't be so bad, but it's not like the old days when we watched TV and you had at least like 5 or 6 different commercials.
Yeah.
It's literally like the same 2 commercials for the entire movie. And it's every like 5 minutes. It's the worst. Oof.
Well, I'm just happy that they stopped showing general car insurance. Like, those were probably the most annoying after a while. Like in the beginning, they were fun. Oh, see, the general and Shaq, and then it's like, all right, I've seen this commercial like 5 times in the past 30 minutes. I don't want to see it ever again. Or it's almost like the ads at that point make you anti against that company. It's like, I guarantee you, I'll never ask for a quote from them now that you guys won't stop bombarding me with commercials. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It does the opposite from what they were hoping it would.
So I remember when commercials, when companies used to fight to get their commercials on during certain times, and
Super Bowl.
that doesn't happen now. So, yeah, it used to be fun.
Yeah,
Well,
but
at least in France and other European countries, they still have their ad blocks where, they get the very entertaining ads that we don't get because we censor everything.
well, they're not as stuffy as or as prude as we are, which is weird. You would think America would be a lot more freeing as far as the types of ads they show on TV. But
Oh, no.
anything with an adult theme, oh no, we can't show
No.
that even if it's after midnight. No, I mean, well, with very few exceptions. But
We can't even say certain words now.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Like you have to bleep them out or you have to say other words that make absolutely no sense.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
more so for streaming. Well, not streaming. That's more so for like self-broadcast.
It's
stuff,
coming.
like we're
It's
talking
coming. I'm telling you right now, it's coming. It's coming. I'm just telling you. It's going to be in our regular commercials. It's coming
just terms of service on things like YouTube and Twitch and stuff.
right now. I know it's coming.
Oh my god.
Doomsday fee here.
It's coming. No. Anyway. All right. So we want to rate. Who wants to go first? Not me.
So
You never go first. It
Yes,
should
I
be
do go first
that
sometimes.
if you're not going first this
I
time,
go
then
first
next
sometimes.
week.
I
You
go
haven't
first
gone first for
sometimes.
like the past 3 or 4 shows. I've
Hey,
been
I don't
counting.
keep
yeah,
count.
I'm gonna keep
I don't
track.
keep count.
it's your turn. It's your turn.
I
Fee.
don't keep count.
I know you don't keep counting. You intentionally try not to keep count.
Yep.
I'm just
Why
talking
is it
about.
so bad to go first?
I'm not saying it's bad. I just
I
want
mean,
to hear
it's
you
ladies
guys first.
first. I mean, come
No.
on.
No.
She wants to lay up. She wants to lay up dunk on everything that we say. So she wants to wait
that's
for
not
us
what I
to
want.
say it. She wants
That's
us
not
to
what I
say it
want.
so that way she can come on in and be like, "Well,
That's not true. You're just lying on me all the time.
Oh.
Everybody lies on me.
lies." No, okay.
Yeah.
Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong.
Yeah, go ahead, Cypher.
No, that's what I was saying. Prove us wrong. You go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Cypher.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I give it an 8. All right, Fee, your turn. Kiss my grits. Not the only one that can be sassy in this motherfucker. No, I give it an 8. I enjoyed it. There were definitely a couple moments, just like what we were talking about with the boyfriend, where it's frustrating when you watch because, like, I don't know. I try and put myself in some of these situations and think, like, if I came rolling up on this house and I saw the situation going the way it was, my girlfriend was missing and hadn't come back home, and I show up and I got this guy that's blasting a light in my eyes, and then when I start to see him, I notice he's not in uniform. I'm taking you down. I may get brought in for it, but unless you show me a badge, you're going down. I'm not gonna just assume on your word that you're a police officer. And stuff like that. When I saw it, I was like, no, stop it. Don't get that close. You stay at least 4 or 5 feet away, so you're outside of their distance, outside of their reach.
Mhm.
And just like what Fuzzy said, like, you don't turn when you hear the noise. Like, I know it would be impulse to like immediately just turn and see what happened. But if you've got someone laser sights right in your eye line, and like you're about to hit them with a rock or something, you do not deviate. You take care of that shit. You get it done with right then. And he didn't necessarily have to take him down with a rock, but you could have done something to immobilize him. And then if it turns out he's a cop, well, that sucks, but he didn't identify himself accordingly. I'd rather take my chances of having to answer questions and get fined for it than take a freaking knife right to the throat. So stuff like that was kind of frustrating, but I really enjoyed the premise of it. I thought it was pretty well paced. There were frustrating moments, but it was a really good movie, and I enjoyed it enough that I went back and I watched the black and white one through just to experience that too, which Fee doesn't understand, but it's fine. It's fine. Like everyone enjoys their thing.
Mm-hmm. Whatever.
See, I was
Whatever.
kind of hoping the black and white would be where you hear it from her perspective, like it's subtitles, and I mean it wouldn't. Well, I guess it wouldn't make sense that it's black and white since she can obviously see in full color too. But
turns out she's colorblind. Actually, also she only sees monochrome.
She's deaf blind.
Yeah, she's almost our modern day Helen Keller.
I'm laughing at the fact that he said he's willing to watch a subtitled movie.
Just because it, like, there are certain, I'm making an assumption here only because of some of the audio stuff that they experience when they try to create some of these newer hearing aids or hearing devices for those that were either born without hearing or those that have lost it, from illness or something, where certain clicks or what would cause like a vibration that they would technically feel, kind of thing, like only have it where it's that, so that way when he's dragging the knife across the window, we're not hearing it, but we do see it. When the alarm goes off, maybe it's like a very well muted thing, and it's like maybe there's more of a pulsing sound when you see the light flash, kind of thing, like almost like we have that sensory deprivation type of deal. I don't know. It'd be an interesting take, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I did actually do with the black and white version when I went back was, and I should have done this with the first, but I wasn't really thinking about it at the time, was wear a good headset. Because I feel like when I was watching it in the 4K one, at least, the audio cues and just all the atmospheric noise and everything that's going on like was super dialed up, and so like it added to the tension and it made it feel really cool. Yeah, I don't know, it was just a fun experience to try it, something different.
Nice. All right, Fee, your turn.
I didn't say what
You just said you were not first, so
where am I?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What's your
now she's got amnesia and can't answer the question. Okay.
Amnesia.
Talk about.
Well, what you should be talking about is what you thought or what you give this as a score. How about that?
Fine. So I would say 6.5.
Did you say 6.5 or 8.5?
6.5. So I would rewatch the scene for the kill, the guy getting killed and stuff like that. I would rewatch that. But everything else, not so much. Like I said before, this felt very similar to the other movie I watched years and years ago. It's the cat and mouse. It's the cat and mouse. This is a cat and mouse game. We've seen it before, right? I mean, it's just with a deaf person instead of a blind person. That's the only difference. We've seen other cat and mouse chases as well. In fact, isn't there a movie called Mousetrap or something like that?
Mouse Hunt? Mouse
Hunt, that's what it is.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think you said it was boring. But anyway, it's not like it hasn't been done before. I just think that it had a good kill in it. I'm not saying the other two weren't. It's just there were a little surprising elements to it that I did not think that the director would take. I like the fact that the cat survived,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and was unharmed, didn't have scratch on it. I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think it was funny. It didn't come off funny or anything like that. Like, I think that's what they were trying to kind of portray it as. That kind of funny irony thing, but it was still nice. I mean, I'm not saying it's not watchable. It is watchable. It's just not something I would watch again.
Well, you're going to have to rewatch that scene about the phone with the friend's phone.
I'm fine with rewatching a scene, but to rewatch the whole entire thing again,
It wasn't a horrible movie whatsoever.
No.
That's why I got a 6.5.
Yeah,
It
but
did not
to
harm
not
me.
want to watch it.
I'm
Not
just saying
even
it
like
did not harm
background
me.
noise kind of thing. You wouldn't do that.
No.
Wow.
No.
But you'll watch Dead and Breakfast again
Yes.
15 more times.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And Resident Evil.
Yep.
And
This
that's
is
all.
why I drink when we do these episodes. The bullshit right here. I lose my faith in humanity on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, it's at
It
a
was
Friday
no troll
night
too.
at 4
This-
p.m. Mountain Time.
This was no troll too. Sorry.
I give it a 6 because of
agree.
unoriginality, but the 0.5 is for the cat surviving. Hey, I guess I'm thinking possibly Presto gave a higher score, so I guess I could go next.
Did I give a score?
No, you haven't given it a score yet, but I'm thinking you probably will give it a little bit higher score than I will.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Maybe. We'll see. Like I did enjoy this movie, not as much as the one from last week, obviously, but there were some great things as far as the overall. Well, there were some great things about this movie as far as the tension and whatnot, and that also added to some of the frustration. But like, I give it well. I don't want to give it an IGN 7, so I'll give it a 7.5. So I'll give it that extra 0.5. So it's not an IGN 7, but yeah, for me, this is rewatchable. This is a good movie with tension. If you're the type that likes yelling at the movie or arguing with the actors or actresses to make sure, hey, don't go in that room or look behind you kind of thing, this is another movie that's good for that type of action. It kept my attention the entire movie. But like I said, there was just like a couple of little tidbits that I would have hoped they would have done maybe slightly differently, but it fits in with the story. And I kind of like the fact that with her being a writer and kind of going through writer's block with the ending of her book, and then imagining her escape and that voice that she was talking about in her head, she was basically having a conversation with herself. Although it wasn't, I guess, her mother's voice like she originally told her friend, but all of that stuff aside, there's some nice little, like, I wouldn't say like Easter eggs or anything, but there were some nice ways they filmed this and showed different things, whether it's how when the guy got access to the power and the electricity and the internet and all that, or just basically cut the power so there was no Wi-Fi and she was trying to reach, I guess the way I understood it, her house was down and she was trying to reach her friend's house Wi-Fi as the secondary after he shut off the power, and then I guess that wasn't going to work since she didn't know the password type of thing. But yeah, there was a lot of good stuff to this. It's a 7.5. It's like I said, I love the movie that we watched last week a lot more, but this wasn't bad. I recommend it, and I will possibly rewatch it, from start to finish. I did rewatch a part of it just to make sure I wasn't imagining things on the phone aspect. But yeah, there's some small things that you'll pick up that kind of make sense as far as how or why she was doing some of the stuff she was doing. And I just loved how the ending, because it's like the way they shot it where you could see, well, without giving it away, but you could see something going on behind her. I love that shot. Just seeing the glass in the tub. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, good movie. 7.5. Pretty happy with it. Will watch again. Highly recommend. So Presto, what is your rating?
So after watching it a second or a third time or whatever, I was thinking about, would I change anything? Like, would I like it more if the killer had motive? Would I like it more that he doesn't have motive? Would I have liked it if the killer survived and escaped? Would I like? I went through all those questions with myself. Like, what would have, if I would have liked it better if it would have ended a certain way or they would have changed something out. But overall, I liked what he did with this movie. Um, Contrary to what other people say of not being original and stuff, I don't remember the plot. The plot was kind of the same, but I don't really remember like a deaf person in a horror movie because it just sounds like it shouldn't work, but he made it work. Like
Mhm.
so many
Quiet
times
Place.
you're counting on all of your senses in a horror movie, like your
Quiet Place.
sight.
Quiet Place.
They're just quiet though. They don't talk. It's not like they're deaf. Like there's a
There is
difference.
there is one.
There is one.
The
daughter.
kid.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
girl.
What in the
But
quiet?
that's
Oh,
against aliens,
Yeah.
right? If I'm
yeah.
not
Yeah,
mistaken.
it's
That,
aliens.
The kid is, and the parents learn sign language so that way
Mhm.
they can talk with her.
And in real life, she is actually deaf.
Yeah, but it's a different feel in this movie. Like
Yeah.
your main character is this way. So
Yeah, like this is a person who in their teens literally ended up losing their hearing due to, what was it, meningitis, I think it
Mhm.
was.
yeah.
So like you're getting that internal monologue and stuff. Like you hear the voice that she remembers, and like she's talking things out with herself and everything. Whereas like with the other kid, that was from birth, and obviously like you don't have that same type of experience with that character. It's pretty different.
Yeah.
yeah, I
And that one
mean,
was a whole sci-fi vibe. Like
Yeah.
yeah, this
Mhm.
one's definitely more suspense and stuff.
Mhm.
Would I've liked to learn more about her? Like, was she born deaf? Was she always deaf? They just kind of briefly touched on like she kind of wanted a new beginning, moved out in the woods kind of thing. Uh, I would say I might agree with Fuzz, giving it a 7.5. Like, I enjoyed it. I've watched it a couple times already. It's like I said, I usually need like a good action packed movie. This wasn't action packed by any means, but it was a thriller and kept me entertained enough to like pay attention, I guess. Like if you want a good action packed movie on Netflix, watch the new Ben Affleck Matt Damon movie. That movie, The Rip, that movie's the shit. Like if you have ADHD, that movie was made for you. Like instead of going through like a whole story and then action happens right in the beginning, then they tell the story. So they like hook you in and then get you to pay attention. So someone like myself that struggles, that was a good one. But yeah, I give this one a 7.5. I enjoyed it. I like Mike Flanagan. I like his wife as an actress. Um, his career seems like it's only gotten better since this movie with The
Mhm.
Haunting of Hill House and Bly House and the other movies he's done. I'm glad at least it doesn't seem like he's just like pimping himself out and just taking any job directing it. Like he believes in this stuff and they're not duds.
Except for this one being a 6.5, I like his other stuff that I've seen. Like I really like Midnight Mass. I wish Fuzzy would watch it with me. Um, I didn't see Doctor Sleep. I did not see that, but um, his other movies and stuff like that, I have, and I do like them. It's just this one I was not too impressed with.
Oh, one Before we wrap up, one thing that we didn't touch on, I saw somewhere that this one was $1 million budget. Do we know
Yes.
how much this? Like, was this straight to streaming kind of thing?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think Netflix like I don't know, they like lost the it wasn't a Netflix movie, but they had the rights for a couple of years, and that's why like it's not on Netflix anymore. Like the contract was up or whatever.
yeah.
But I feel like if this was in the movies, it would have did good.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely would have made the $1 million budget back.
So
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this because you can look on IMDb Pro to see if it had a release or whatever. It did not have. It did have a U.S. release, but it was strictly internet. They did show this at South by Southwest.
Hmm.
They
Which
did
is like
show
a
it.
convention.
Yeah, they did show it there. But everything else was internet. I mean, they had this an international release across most of the major countries that we're familiar with, like Indonesia, Singapore, Sweden, Brazil, Canada, Egypt, and everything. Even South Korea had it, but it was internet, except for that one little thing. And they released it in American Sign Language. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was real American Sign Language that they were doing. Wasn't fake.
I was hoping so.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be pretty tacky if they're like, yeah, we're just gonna do some signs to make it feel like it's sign language. That'd be messed up.
So I kind of honestly think that majority of the money probably went to the actors in this. I mean, they had the one location. They didn't go anywhere from that one location. They didn't show the boyfriend and girlfriend's house. It was all in one house. So even if they had that house, it still shouldn't have cost them, $100,000 for the whole shoot. You know what I'm saying? It probably was less than that. I think it would have been less than that, 100,000. It depends on how many days that they were shooting.
Depends on the days and the amount of staff. Remember, there's lighting, there's audio, there's cameras.
No, I know that, but
stuff with
I'm just
different angles and
no, I know, but I'm just saying the location though. The location shouldn't have cost them a lot of money. So I think the money itself went to all of the people mainly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm also considering the cameraman and the lighting people and everything. And probably craft services.
I know that you don't like the black and white version because you think it's dull, but
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's the same exact freaking movie. There's no difference.
But I will definitely say that just with the audio and visual, they definitely did a lot with the sound and the lighting and stuff in this. A lot.
Oh no.
So I would imagine they probably put a pretty good amount towards that.
Oh no, Cypher.
What?
We'll find out how much things cost when we start filming ours. I'm telling you, it's that could be a pretty pain. Just like we've seen other people's films that were being made, where they paid top dollar for the camera man that's also, I guess, doing the editing. And that was like a big chunk of the budget. So a bigger budget film, meaning a bigger budget camera crew.
Yeah, but they made that money up by not paying people either. So, I mean, Cypher, look, I like Dr. Sleep. Rebecca Ferguson is a fantastic actress.
I mean, I'm not saying that she hasn't done good stuff. Like I enjoyed her in Mission Impossible. I'm saying this version of Rebecca Ferguson can fuck right off. I wasn't a big fan of Doctor Sleep, and again, like not every movie is made for everyone. I was just very let down being a fan of The Shining going into Doctor Sleep. I just, it was not what I was going there for. And it was very disappointing for what my expectations were. But that version of her is definitely the least enjoyable version I've run into. That top hat can fuck right off.
Yeah, when looking through the photos for that movie, it was like pretty much every photo she was wearing that top hat, which I always think of like the cartoons where it's like partially smushed. It wasn't a tall top hat; it was like a mid-level, and it looked like it was like squished down a little.
I just felt like she was like 2 seconds away from being like, "Oh, they stole me Lucky Charms," and I was just like, "Fuck off!" Like it's a horrible version. Like I don't know. I don't feel like they chose the right person for that role. Like they should have gotten someone else that could have made it a little bit better, or at least looked better in that top hat. 'Cause she looked like a goof in that top hat. I don't know. Sometimes costume just doesn't work. That one didn't work for me.
All right, so we are past 8, and I'm sure some people are hungry.
Like your cats.
So, yeah, definitely this one behind me. Like he's been meowing in my ear. He's still got an hour and a half. So, not me.
Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm
Is
back
that
in
like
second
this
grade.
fear
all
of
over.
going first phobia? Is that even a thing?
It is. I'm sure it's a phobia. I'll look it up later.
Cool. I'll jump in real quick. Chat, thanks. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us this evening. As far as where you can find me all over social media as Silent Cypher. Unless you at me, I'm very intermittent on my on my social media usage. I'll jump on, be an ass goblin, and then I will bounce back off and just play video games. So feel free to catch me playing Arc Raiders on Xbox or just on PC or wherever. If you like some Arc Raiders and you want to play some Arc Raiders and our schedule lines up, like we should absolutely play some Arc Raiders. Fuzzy, that means you too. But yeah, no, just catch me roaming around. In 2 weeks, you'll find me back on Breakfast with Boom. Shout out to Boom. Hopefully he gets feeling better pretty quick. He was under the weather today, so we had to cut it short. But be back with him in a couple weeks. I'll be back here Friday evening for whatever film we decide to do. And eventually back on Xbox International Podcast when we get things figured out with our schedules.
Next.
I'll go. It was a fun one again. I'm happy 2 weeks in a row we picked good movies that we all seem to like. Hopefully next week's will be another good one. I'm just gonna lay low and go to Giant and get all my milk and bread and get ready for the storm basically and see what we get. Just use the weekend to watch, I don't know, watch a new show or something. I need to get involved into something again. Maybe I'll get a disco ball like it was recommended to me and some shag carpet up in my man cave and decorate this bad boy up for a good party.
Nice.
But other than that, yeah, just laying low. This is like the quiet season for me, like until March when like all the conventions and stuff start up again. So it's like the enjoy the time. It's really cold. Like just stay inside, do some housework, do the projects you put off all year, like kind of thing.
Nice.
All right, Fuzzy.
I guess you have to go last, I guess. Okay. Well, it as always, love doing this podcast with you guys on Friday evenings. Love like Professor said, love reviewing good movies, not ones that
What?
we feel like we're being punked or
What?
a practical joke or
Wasn't me.
something. oh, okay.
Dead and breakfast.
Remember, you live with me. Just remember that.
I know, and
And
you don't like my
condolences.
movies, and sometimes I don't like your movies. So yeah. But
Condolences, Fuzzy.
as always, yeah, just love doing this show. Love reviewing movies, and as far as where you can find me, not on social media as much, but yeah, you can still find me on the likes of Twitter and Blue Sky and Instagram, although probably Instagram the least. But always playing video games of some sort, whether on PC or Xbox, and even my PlayStation and my Switch 2 on occasion. Just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere. You'll be able to find me. For everyone that's in the snow, battle zone or blizzard zone, just be safe out there. Like Presto said, go get those the eggs, bread, and milk so you can make yourself some French toast while you're snowed in, kind of thing. Because that's the Pennsylvania way. It's always eggs, bread, and milk are the first things to go. Although they probably should also start taking water and toilet paper too, but it is what it is. But yeah, look forward to seeing you guys next Friday and let everybody know what you got going on and where they can find you.
So usually on Instagrams and yeah, usually on Instagram. I tried Blue Sky. I don't know what happened. They're still in transition, I guess. But yeah, once in a while Facebook. And this podcast. I don't do any gaming podcasts, unlike everybody else. Maybe I'll get on the video game one day. When you change my character.
We can do that this weekend since you're going to be snowed in. So
yeah, I might be snowed in. I don't think I will be, but I might be snowed in for a day. Let's see, because we're a little bit more accustomed to large snow mounts in Pennsylvania, and we tend to start early with the snow plowing as long as you're not on the back roads. Unlike the state I work. So, but we'll have one next Friday. Either way, just as long as internet's not out or anything like that.
Don't jinx it.
Okay. Anyway, I'm telling you, the way that my administrator was talking, you would think we were going to be snowed in for the next 3 weeks. Like, yeah, I was like, you guys got like 3 inches of, I don't even think 3 inches of snow last weekend, and we got what, half a foot?
Yeah, it was more than 6 inches of snow out here.
Yeah, and they were going all kinds of crazy down there. Like, should we close school? Should we not close school? What should we do? So, yeah, so I might be snowed in for a day, but I don't think any more than that. But we'll pick a movie, and unfortunately, it's probably not going to be Bone Temple, even though I would like to watch that.
Yeah.
Toxic Avenger, the new Toxic Avenger is on Amazon. I don't know if we want to do that one or if we want to do the other one that we mentioned. What was the other one that we mentioned earlier?
Is that Host? Is that
Host.
what Presto was saying?
Yeah. Or Host.
I'm cool with either.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it and see, if anybody wants to suggest. I think I did get a suggestion last time, but I can't remember what it was. I'll look back at the last one because I think it was something that you guys would be willing to watch and not feel pranked. But I will check. I will check. It's not my suggestion. It's one of the fan suggestions. So
okay.
Okay.
I'll look it up and see. Okay. Terrifier is the movie that surprised me the most recently. Yeah. Rewind. Rewind to the earlier part of this episode to get our take on Terrifier. I just saw that. But yeah, so we're all good. Have a nice weekend. Those that are gonna get snowed in. Yep. Make sure you have any kind of food that you are happy with. Doesn't have to be bread, milk, and eggs. It can be cottage cheese and some circus peanuts. I'm just saying.
Circus peanuts. God damn.
Circus peanuts.
That's a deep pull right there.
I know.
She's like some stale too, so it's
Oh,
it's
no,
not
you're a
like
fucking-
right out fresh out of the bag. It's like no, they
you're
gotta
a
sit out
monster.
and get hard or something.
No, you're a monster. Yeah, no. If it gets to the point where you're breaking your teeth on those fuckers, you throw those right out. They're supposed to be soft like bread, not.
Nah.
Oh God, not like Laffy Taffy.
Nah.
All right, chat. It's been good. We had a good run. Now we know about the circus peanut debacle. Jesus. Ooh.
All right, so we'll see you later. Bye.
Later.
Later.